belief of characteristics and abilities can be attributed to people simply on the basis of their race and that some racial groups are superior to others. Racism and discrimination have been used as powerful weapons encouraging fear or hatred of others in times of conflict and war and even a normal day. This documentary will show you how many African Americans are being victims of this horrible tragedy called racism. It'll show you examples of black people being victims of many mean actions and mean comments said by white people. It'll show people that have been recognized for their initiative to change people's minds about this subject. And it'll mainly teach you to treat everyone equally. First off, I'm going to be talking about Rosa Parks' life and Martin Luther King. Then I'm going to insert a clip about California writing in her diary. She's going to be talking about how hard is her life as a black woman. She's also standing up for her community as a normal black woman. Then I'm going to be talking about Atticus. Atticus is a white man standing up for a black community. Then Maya Angelou. I'm going to perform a poem and represent a famous black woman standing up for Negroes. So, let's watch.
Hello, my name is Rosa Louis Macaulay, best known as Rosa Parks, and this is my story. I was born February 4th, 1913 in Alabama. My father was a carpenter and my mother was a teacher, but I lived with my grandparents, which were former slaves. December 1st, 1955, I had an incident. After a long day of work, I went to the bus. I paid the time to the driver and went in. I sat like a normal person would. Then, a white man approached me and asked me for my seat, and I refused. The bus driver later on looked at me and asked me if I was going to move. And I said, no. And this no was the no that changed the world.
So let me have those front seats.
I said, what do you think you're doing?
Do not put your hands on me.
Minutes later, I was taken to jail. And as I think of it now, it was all worth it. That no is the no that changed the world. And you know, I have always said, God sallied me as I remained calm and determined not to be treated with less dignity than any other citizen. We fought for what we believed in, which were human rights, equality for all.
3.
Martin Luther King was an African-American civil rights movement activist. He was a strong man who believed that everybody had to have their equal rights, and he fought that until he died. He gave a speech in Washington called I Have a Dream. In this speech, he talked about racial segregation and how in the Declaration of Independence that everybody had the right to a right life and the pursuit of happiness, including black people.
Will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
I want to lift my hands higher than before.
Dear Diary, today I overheard Aunt Alexandra talking with Atticus about letting me go. What would they do then? I had given my heart and soul to this family. I can't believe people judge people by their appearance. Yeah, I know, I'm a black woman, and we still live in an era in which they discriminate people that look like me. But still, I have a heart and feelings like a white person. It hurts when people tell me I cannot do many simple things, like sitting where I want in the cold room, or even drinking water in the water fountain I desire. Something else that really bothers me is people from my own race evaluating me. The other day, I took Gemma's cow to church, and a black woman from my own town starting to ask me that how could I even dare to bring white kids to church. Thankfully, Reverend Sykes came to put order and stabilize the situation. He said there's equality for all. In my head in that moment, I thought, I'm already being discriminated by white people, so why would I still have to be offended by one of my own? We as a community should stay together. All the white people are united to make us feel bad and inferior. Therefore, we should make them understand we won't let them make us feel any less than they are. We won't let the racism in the city of makeup happen. Love, California. Dear Diary, I'm determined to teach Scout how to read and write. The main reason I'm doing this is because I love her and wish her the best for her future. I want to teach her at the best of my abilities, for her to go to school and be already advanced at her studies. Teachers and students will be asking her why and how she knows this much about school material if classes haven't even started. I'll be proud when she tells her teacher in front of many white kids that she knows all of this because of her black nanny. They'll all be in awe to see that a black woman could be smart. They won't believe that a little girl forgot all about the looks for a second and valued people much more for what they are. I'm proud to say that's the girl I raised. I'm proud of my little Scout. She will be a woman of change. I'm sure I have touched her in so many ways that she will be thankful and she will give me the love back I have given her by changing minds and making people understand there has to be equality for everyone, like her father is doing, Atticus. Well, I have to go. Love, California. Dear Diary, I'm a normal black woman that will want to stop racism at least in this city. I'm defending my town because they deserve it. They deserve to have a right life and to be at least happy. Love, California.
Scout. Nigger lover is just one of those terms that don't mean anything, like snot nose. It's hard to explain. Ignorant, trashy people use it when they think somebody's favoring Negroes over about themselves. It's slipped into usage with some of people like ourselves when they don't want a common, ugly term to label somebody. She was white and she tempted a Negro. She did something that in our society is unspeakable. She kissed a black man. Not an old uncle, but a strong young Negro. No code mattered to her before she broke it, but it'd be crashing down on her afterwards, which, gentlemen, we know is in itself a lie as black as John Robinson's skin. A lie I do not have to point out to you. You know the truth, and the truth is this one. Some Negroes lie. Some Negroes are immortal. Some Negro men are not to be trusted around women, black or white. But this is a truth that applies to the human race and to no particular race of men. There is not a person in this courtroom who has never told a lie, who has never done an immoral thing, and there is no man living who has never looked upon a woman without desire. For a number of reasons. The main one is, if I didn't, I couldn't hold up my head in town. I couldn't represent this country in the legislature. I couldn't even tell you or Jen not to do something. Again, Scout, simply by the nature of the work. Every lawyer gets at least one case in his lifetime that affects him personally. This one is mine, I guess. I certainly am. I do my best to love everybody. I'm hard put sometimes. Baby, it's never an insult to be called what somebody thinks it's a bad name. It just shows you how poor that person is. It doesn't hurt you. History with your bitter, twisted lies. You may tread me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you bested with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons, like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Do you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by soulful cries. Does my heftiness offend you? Don't you think it's awful hard? 'Cause I laugh like I got old no mind, digging in my own backyard. You shoot me with your words, you caught me with your eyes. You might kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? Did they dance like I had diamonds in the midden of my thighs? Out of the husk of history's shame, I rise. Up from the past that rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that wonders full clear. I rise into a daybreak that wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I'm the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise. I rise. I rise.
So let's stop racism.